When do you have to file your income tax return in mandatory cases before 31st December 2022? That is, 31st December. Due date, which is basically for belated income tax return and revised income tax return with late fee. After that you will not be able to file your income tax return except updated return. It will be here in this session. And note down the points which I am going to tell you today. Because here, even if you do not have income, it is mandatory for you to file income tax return. Normally when you have taxable income, only then you file income tax return, but there are some situations where you have to pay income tax even if there is no income. By filing the return, it has to be told that we are not earning, but due to these reasons we would have filed the IT returns. The first situation that comes in this is your electricity consumption. If you have denied the expenditure more than 1 lakh rupees, more than 1 lakh rupees to consumption of electricity during financial year, if you have paid electricity consumption bill above 1 lakh rupees in the financial year 2021 to 2022, then you have to pay your income tax return. Filing is to be made mandatory. If you don't, so you will be called defaulter in the category of defaulter, whose impact can be much bigger. So you should check whether the amount of electricity consumption has exceeded 1 lakh rupees in your previous year. Has not happened. If there is another company, the discussion being done here is being done for sole proprietorship firm for individuals. That is, if you are a company or a firm, then it will not be applicable for that. That is your sole proprietorship business, whereas electricity business, your electricity expenditure is above 1 lakh rupee, but there is no turnover. Even then you have to file income tax return. Mandatory. Next comes the information related to sales and growth receipts. If your sales, turnover or gross receipt from the business is more than 60 lakh rupees, it is possible that your GST return can be verified from your GST annual return for 21 to 22. Its last date, which is 31st December 2022, has been kept only. If your turnover has crossed 60 lakhs but you have no profit, you are a loss-making firm. Still, it is mandatory for you to file income tax return before 31st December 2022. And second situation, you have that your turnover from sales or grocery receipts crosses 60 lakhs rupees, then it is mandatory for you to file income tax return. If you are not doing business, you are a professional, and being a professional, your receipts from that profession have crossed 10 lakhs, even then it is mandatory for you to file income tax return. If you don't do this, penalty for non-filing of income tax return can be imposed. Assessment of non-filers can be done. The best judgment assessment, all these things can be done against you. So 3 points I told: electricity 1 lakh, turnover from business more than 60 lakhs, from profession more than 10 lakhs rupee. If your TDS or TCS is yes, friends, you have downloaded form 26 as to fill return. Inside that, TDS or TCS is showing 25,000 or more. So you have to keep in mind that it is mandatory for you to file your income tax return in such a situation. Now it can be TDS and TCS. Do not exceed your income. Have you purchased a car whose TCS has been cut? Then in that situation also you have to fill your income tax return, even if you do not have any sale or purchase. If you are a senior citizen, then in that case this limit of 25,000 will be checked to 50,000. So these are very important points which will help you to decide whether to file before 31st December or not. If you have deposited 50 lakhs rupees or more in your savings account, it has been seen many times that people deposit an amount above 50 lakhs rupees in a savings bank account, then in such a situation you will have to pay your income tax. Filing of return is mandatory, whether you have income or not. If you have a current account and you have deposited an amount above 1 crore rupees in that current account, it is still mandatory for you to file your income tax return. 50 lakhs from savings and above 1 crore rupees in current account. Now if we talk about if you have made an expenditure of 2 lakhs rupees or more in the form of travel expenses to a foreign country, then even if you do not have any income in your income tax return, it is still mandatory to file ITR. Keeping these points in mind before 31st December, it is mandatory to do the decision making of your ITR.